Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the LSU Tigers and the Oregon Ducks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. This is essential for both teams in the conference standings. While they have done well so far, they're both undefeated in league play. This will be the difference maker. Everybody having eyes on Indianapolis, the Big Ten champs will be backs against the wall. Whoever wins this game has the lead in the league and can make a huge statement come December. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Ducks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Coming out with it, it's Wilson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Now, the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
They'll run play action. Pressure coming. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
And that is how you set the tone as a defense. On the first drive of the game, you're not just getting a 3 and out. You're not even just getting a turnover, but you actually score points with a safety to open this thing up.
Using his legs, it's Davison. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
Yeah, and that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and gravity.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those 2 guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like they are a committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having Moore come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Moore. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human, keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's hooked. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Moore, play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Using the quick game. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And those plays are never going to be on the highlight tapes, but man, you love a QB that on third down can understand spacing, can understand how to check the football down, let their running back do the rest, get the first down, move the sticks, so then you can make the big play later on in this drive.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll run it. It's Davison. They've got some room, headed to the goal line, runs it into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! On to attempt the try. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Grabbed in the middle. It's Harris. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace there...
Breaks into the open. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
On first down, it's Durham again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best boxed.
Picked off to stop the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Open space at the 25. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Got a man. It's Moore. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Picks up the first down. Wide open spaces. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Turning it on! He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
Makes it past the marker. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Here's a give to Durham. Got a little grass. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period, first down here. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. second down, they'll go to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Right down the middle. It's caught. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
This is kind of like Vegas and gambling. You got a big completion there on third down. You set up fourth. You could take the field goal and take the easy money, but you might decide to roll the dice here, stay on the field, and go for it on fourth down, hoping to get a touchdown.
The Tigers will try to convert on fourth down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Moore. Grabbed over the middle. It's Davison. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long.
Booster!
Moore to the air. Bringing the heat. Got his man.
This offense is trying to build on this lead right now, playing with tons of confidence. What a nice job there. Pass protection, quarterback doing a really great job, seeing the defense, reading the coverage, and being on the same page as his intended target. It's a big pickup for the offense, and here they go. They're trying to score more points.
Throwing Moore. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got enough for the first. At the 20, he's got space. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Might be changing the route. Run in the red zone. It's Hill. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, this offense knew coming into this season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense.
Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Running free. The 40. Past the 30. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board.
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed. He takes it back for a long touchdown.
Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Still just a two-possession game. A lot of time to go as they try for the onside kick here. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
But we're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling right now.
Dante Moore. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Using his legs, it's Davison. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Finds his man. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Got it behind the line. It's Hill. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Running inside. It's Davison. And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down.
And I like the execution by this defense, understanding where the first down marker is. Let them throw the ball short, come up, get them on the ground, forcing a fourth down. Decision time for this offense.
And here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to pass. It's Levitt. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Complete to the left. Gets away from one. He's got space. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with a look at Virginia Tech taking on the number 1 team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's the home team in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Nine-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll go right back to him. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Here's Moore to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
So nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. Dropping back, it's Levin. Here's the pressure. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Handoff, Caden Durham. Fighting off the defender. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Here comes the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The run inside. It's Moore. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a...
Snags it, and there's running room. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
There was no question on that third down where the quarterback was going. It was going to be a big play. He had the matchup he wanted. Fantastic route, great separation, looks the football in. It's a big explosive play for the offense.
Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Takes a hit as he fires. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Davison. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Blevett. Got it. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
So they're facing third and short from the 25. Caden Durham again. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for gut will on the own side of the field if we're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they probably understood, listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Oh, maybe a double pass. Rushes on him, and they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
Gonna let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in.